Welcome to the show, Vows of the Damned, presented to you by Dyce Reacts. We are going to be checking out Every Man Needs to See This. They finally admit it. Oh yeah, very much excited to check this one out. We ain't going to waste no more time. We're just going to get right into it, folks.
The good men, where are they? I keep seeing that video. They're hiding. All of your videos of, screaming and saying how much you hate men and your icks because I don't know they breathe. They just decided they're going to be hiding for a while. They're done. They're taking a vacation from women. They're probably at home. If they're not at work, they're at home. And they're just watching TikToks of women horrified, being very, very happy that they made their choice to just be single and choose peace over crazy toxicity. Oh, and where are the good women? They're at home too. Yeah, they're at home looking like this. And all the other girls, they're out at the club, they're at the bar, dating the same 6'3" guy that's probably texting all of them. He has multiple girlfriends, and all the good people, we're at home on Reddit, probably going down a deep rabbit hole we shouldn't, scaring ourselves about the world, and just scrolling through our phones looking like this.
I often get asked, where are all the good guys? There are no more good guys out there. Good guys don't exist. This is becoming a bit of a theme lately. Now, as a psychotherapist, I can confirm that there are many great guys out there. I've had them sat in my office and I have worked with them. The problem is the great guys, the good, kind, caring, authentic guys, tend to get caught up in toxic relationships, often with narcissists. So these guys are difficult to track down because they've often been pinned down and they've been so abused that they're not able to get out of that relationship and understand and get into a healthy relationship. These guys do exist, but sometimes, ladies, you've just got to be patient.
Where have all the good men gone? Do you want to know where they went? They have retreated to their homes. Do you want to know why? Because the good men are the ones that have put in so much effort and had women trash them for putting in the effort. They've had women take advantage of them because they want to be a gentleman, they want to open the doors, they want to pay for your dinner, and you just expect that that is supposed to happen. The idea that you should have multiple men pandering after you just to see which one is the best is atrocious. And this is coming from someone who very clearly wants traditional values in a man and in a relationship. But I am not going to be ignorant to the idea that I'm going to have to contribute something to that relationship too. I am going to have to put in the effort as well. I'm going to have to be able to communicate and have conversation and be really comfortable with who I am.
We're going to take a pause there. So far, what they're saying, they're spot on. They're spot on. But don't put your guard down. Not because you hear women saying the truth means that they even actually care about the plights of men or what men have to go through. Because women are smart enough to know what they're doing. They might not want to hold themselves accountable for their actions, but they certainly know what they're doing. They aren't kids. They aren't kids at all. So what they're saying so far, they're spot on, but there is always a but, and I'm gonna give my opinions at the end. We're gonna take it back just a bit.
Comfortable with who I am, but at the same time understand that if I want a man to be comfortable with himself, I am going to have to allow him the ability to feel comfortable when he is in my presence. None of this, oh, well, you have to do this and you need to do that, and if you don't handle this, then I'm out. Do I have expectations? Of course I have expectations. My expectations are rooted in having morals and values and being a gentleman and understanding what that means. That means that I am not taking advantage of them just so that I can get a date.
It's not
still asking yourself, where are all the good men? They're pretty much hiding out until they find the same thing that they will provide. It's basically for their weaknesses and insecurities to be known but not taken for granted, which I know sounds like a bare minimum kind of thing. But the truth is that that sort of thing is expected of men, but somehow it is not expected for men. And that's why good men are still out there. They just don't want to be found by the wrong person.
If you've been wondering where are all the good men, I actually have some homework for you. Start to find and pay attention to the qualities that you love in the men who are around you. The men you know, the men you don't know, the guy at the grocery store who asks to help carry your stuff out to your car. Because when you say, where are all the good men, I already know that you are in a pattern of looking for negative qualities in men. And you're finding them. So start looking for the good men and you will find them.
Where are all the men, like the good real men at? Where are you guys?
I know, where are the men that like want to take you on a date? Like, I don't
come in my DMs,
right?
please.
I don't need dinner though. See,
No.
you know how some people like first date they want dinner? I don't want dinner for the first date because I want to be able to talk without food in my mouth.
Yeah, even like when guys suggest movies, I'm like, why would I go to the movie theaters with you on a first date?
No, exactly.
Why?
Like you and I
Just
could
sit
go
in
to a
the
movie
dark,
because we know
like-
each other now. But
Yeah.
when we first met,
No, I want to talk.
Yes, guys, for the most part, what they're saying is accurate. I'm gonna give them that for the most part. But there's always a but. Don't think for 1 second that you think that they're saying it and they're genuine about it, or they're sympathetic, empathetic towards our plight. I'm not saying they are not women that actually dislike how men are being treated. There are them, some of them out there that actually care. But we're looking at the bigger picture, right? And whenever I hear that women say that we're all the good men, especially the ones that are outspoken about it, usually they aren't the good ones that men are looking for. Usually, like they said, most good men and good women are secluded. They're not easy to in terms of meeting. They're secluded. They're at their homes, stuck home, come from work, go home, play games, read books, and do all those things that people would deem as boring. Yes, and I've said that on many occasions, that there are only 2% of men that are good, and 1% are in the cemetery. They're dead. The other 1%, women don't want them. They're boring. They're nerds. They're always home. They don't know how to dress. They don't know how to converse. They're not dramatic in terms of chaotic, because most women love drama, chaotic. They love a lot of spontaneousness, and usually spontaneousness is always something that involves dysfunction. It's never something that involves wholesomeness. It's always something that involves a lot of drama. Whenever you hear women say they're looking for a good man is basically a manservant. A man that will kiss her feet and tell her how perfect she is. He'll never have the courage to call her out on her BS. Never. That's what a good man is. A man that never complains. Yeah. And even if they get that kind of man, they will never respect him. Absolutely, they will never respect him. And as we're on that word respect, where people get it mixed up a lot. I don't think that people overlook the definition of respect. And I don't think it's just a definition, but they don't look at the different aspects of what respect entails, right? And people always say, well, you can't love me if you don't respect me, or you can't love somebody if you don't respect them. And that's BS. Respect like I've said, it's in three categories. It's a broad term. You may think it's not a broad term, but it's a broad term. And I'm going to explain in this video. Respect is made up of three categories: personalities, abilities, and achievements. Personality, abilities, and achievements. Right? For example, you may respect someone for their personality because that person is a fair person, very honest person. They have a caring nature. They're always reliable. They know how to deal with problems. They can problem solve. They're kind. You may respect someone because of their personality. You also may respect someone because of their abilities. That person could play football. Is a phenomenal football player. He understands the game. He has a high IQ in that department. He or she may have multiple abilities. Architecture, woodwork. Whatever you can think of. Abilities. Basketball player. He can do anything, right? So you may respect someone because of their abilities. And you could also respect someone because of their achievements. They got scholarships. They have the doctorate. All the degrees, the bachelors, different awards from their work, wherever they work, right? And achievements also brings you social status, and you may respect them because of that. But you may not respect them for their personality. Their personality, maybe it sucks. They're not good with people. They're not loving. They're very hard in terms of having a conversation with them, and they're not emotional. They're not empathetic about someone else's plight. You may dislike that, but you may still respect them because of their achievements. So when people say that you can't love somebody, if you don't respect somebody, you can't love them. I mean, it's a broad term. You gotta specify. I know plenty of people, that I dislike their personality, and because of their achievements, I respect them. I'm just giving you an example. So it's a broad term. It may not seem like it, but it's a broad term. And when I hear those women talk about they're looking for a good man, just remember, the good man is a man servant. You're gonna have to serve her, and even if you do that, usually women don't respect a man that is at the beck and call. They don't. If you look at the relationships that the women stay in the longest, it's always with toxic men. I've never heard a woman end a relationship, go back with a man, end a relationship, go back with a man, back and forth, and it's a good man. Never. They're gonna stay for a good man for a period of time, and when they're done, they're out of there. They ain't coming back at all. The only time they're gonna come back is when they have a lot of baggage and they ain't got no choice. They want to look for a good man to rescue them and to save them from all the bad decisions they have made in their life. Yes, that's the only time. Trust me, that's the only time. It's never when they're at their best. It's always when they hit the wall. Always. I've dated a lot of women, fine women. I know what I'm talking about. That's always the case. And don't even get me started when it comes to the stepdad situation. I mean, it's not a video for it, but I have a lot to talk about on this topic as well. Yes. I just hope you guys out there are not one of those damned. Till next time, peace out.